It's a story. It just come to my mind. Oh my. There's some men, they lived in New Jersey, they worked in New York. And every Friday, they would catch a puddle jumper flight from New York over to New Jersey and eat supper with their wives. They was businessmen. They worked in New York City through the week, and then on the weekend, they would fly back on Friday and eat supper with their wives. And so business lasted a little bit longer. When they got to the airport, they were running late. And when you're running late at the airport, there's only one way to get to the gate. That's run. I've done it many a time. And they come around the corner, and they saw this girl, but it was too late. They knocked her down. Knocked her apple cart over, knocked her apples everywhere, but they kept running. But when they got down to the gate, one of them got to feeling bad, Brother Larry. And told his buddies, he said, you all go on, I'm going to go back and check on her. They said, you better come on, your wife's expecting you. He said, tell my wife what happened, she'll understand. Tell her I'll catch the later flight, I'll see her after a while. And he goes back. And when he goes back to where the little girl is, she's in the floor, and she's crying. He's saying, Jesus, would you help me, Jesus? Please help me. Anybody been in New York City? Ain't too friendly. People walked right by her and never paid no attention to her. And he said, I'll help you. And he set up the chair. He set her up. He gave her a handkerchief. Here, wipe your tears. I'll take care of it. He set up the apple cart. He picked up all the apples that was bruised. He set them off to a side so she wouldn't sell a bruised apple. He took his and cleaned out all the apples. He cleaned them up. He stacked them all up. He reached in his pocket. He pulled out $20. He said, now here, this is enough to cover every apple that was bruised. And we're so sorry that we done this. We didn't mean to. We was running late. We didn't see you. And I'm sorry. He said, no, you're back in business. He said, I've got to go see about my flight. And as he turned to leave, this little girl spoke for the first time. He realized she was blind. And she spoke for the first time and she said, Mister, are you Jesus? He said, no. Why would you say that? She said, well, I was just asking Jesus to help me. And I heard you say, I'll help you. And I thought maybe you was him. He said, no, I follow him. And all the way that night, looking out the window of an airplane, he thought about those words. Mister, are you Jesus? And I wonder, friends, if my neighbor was blind, they couldn't see the eagle that's on our house. They couldn't see the Malachi 4 license plate that's on our car. They couldn't see our wives with their dresses and their long hair. Do we live such a life that if our neighbor was blind, they could still see Jesus? What does it take? A surrendered life. Someone, if he could just find someone, he said, who would so yield herself that he could manifest himself through. And I say tonight, I don't know about you, friends, but when I was looking at this, studying this, I said, oh God, let it be me. Let it be me. Let someone, Brother Jackie, see Jesus in me. Is that your desire tonight? My duty, my responsibility, we was born for a purpose. And that's to be a light bearer to this dying generation. And all he needs us to do is to yield ourselves to him. Are we willing to do that tonight?